I'm starting. Josh Allen is now the best quarterback in the NFL, according to Scott, since he beat Patrick Mahomes today. Everybody write that down. Y'all agree with that?
I didn't say that.
I agree with that.
I didn't say that.
Well, I mean, Joe Burrow.
He's playing like.
I'm 22. I'm sure you've been 23 on this.
Since Justin Herbert's beating Joe Burrow.
you could argue that this season that he is.
Since Justin Herbert's beating Joe Burrow right now, I mean, does that mean he's better than him? No.
This year.
Anyway, welcome back, guys. We're back on the show. We're going to be talking about this for a long time. Scott's in a good mood today. Chargers are winning 24-6 right now. Sunday Night Football. Actually going to beat a team with a winning record, or are they? The game's not over yet. But more importantly, Quentin Johnston again. That's my guy. What is that? 5 out of 6 times now? Who bet him? Who bet the Quentin Johnston anytime touchdown?
I forgot to do it. I was pissed off.
Oh, dude, I've been week after week. I started with 25, then I put 50, I put 70, so I got to put 100 on it next week. You think the odds are going to go down eventually, Scott?
Oh yeah.
He was
What were they right now? 150.
He was plus 250 for anytime touchdown. So next week he'll probably be. Yeah, I was going to say he'd probably go to 150 this week. But yeah, the Bengals are looking terrible. Joe Burrow is. What are they? The Bengals are getting in the red zone. They're just not scoring, right?
Yeah.
I saw something.
I told you the Chargers defense is freaking good.
Yeah, well, the Bengals defense is terrible. I was looking at something earlier. They said Lamar Jackson has thrown for over 900 yards against the Bengals this year, and a total of 9 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts threw for close to 300 yards and scored a total of 4 touchdowns against them. Jalen Daniels scored a total of 3 touchdowns, threw for almost 300 yards against them too. So, Justin Herbert, the Chargers this year, they're not known for passing very much, but that's how they're going to win this game is passing because anybody can pass on this Bengals defense. But anyway, what does this mean? Does it mean anything? The Bengals are 4-6.
You know who's also 4-6?
They're being knocked out.
You know who's also 4-6 for today?
The Bears were 4-5, weren't they?
The Bears.
No, now they're 4-6. Ha
Golly, y'all bringing nobody's answering anything. Nobody's paying attention. I'm gonna be really tired.
No shit, man.
Right? Well, fucking.
Why don't y'all actually beat a team convincingly? Why don't y'all beat a team with a winning record convincingly, like we are?
Finally, after week 10,
yeah,
we did. We beat the We beat the Cardinals. Did y'all beat the Cardinals? No,
I don't think so.
No, yeah, Chargers lost to the Cardinals. We beat the NFC West leading Cardinals, and we beat the Rams, also who got a winning record. So yeah, congratulations,
y'all beat the Eagles.
Congratulations, though. First win against a winning.
I was in a different country, Dustin. Different country, don't count.
Yeah, no.
Did y'all beat the Lions?
Different area code.
Right.
Have y'all beat anybody?
You're one.
Are the Cowboys
you're
still a
third
team?
Place in your division.
Are the,
y'all
the best division in the league?
No, it's not.
Oh, by far. You know what? 2 weeks ago he was saying that's clearly the best division in the league. Now he's saying it's not. Dude, this guy's turned into the Cowboys losing turns Dustin into a different man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you,
so
dude.
freaking bitter, man.
I mean, the AFC North is good. They are good, but they're not like the NFC North. The Browns have brought that AFC North down.
The AFC, the NFC is falling off though.
Oh, big time.
Like I don't think the Vikings are nearly as good as we thought they were. I mean, they're still good.
Yeah.
And then you got the Packers who are fool's gold.
Yep.
Here we go.
The biggest pretenders in the league.
Oh my God. I think that's the Chargers every year for the past 20 years.
It has been, but it's not this year, I'll tell you that.
Oh, this year's not even over yet. We're not even there yet. We don't even know. It's all right.
Hey,
we're both going to be 7-3 after tonight. Chargers and
Dustin said earlier, oh, why are we proud about beating the fucking Bears?
That's a division rival. That's a division game.
Whoa. I thought about it for a little bit. It's like, let it stew. It's like, yeah, it is a division game. But the Bears have a better record than the Cowboys, so.
Yeah.
Are the Bears better than the Cowboys?
It was like I was saying earlier. It'd be like if I'm high-fiving and celebrating because we beat the fucking Commanders.
But y'all can't beat the Commanders.
Y'all can't beat the
so
Commanders.
You're never going to celebrate. You're never going to high-five anybody. Why don't you just clap your hands? Because that's the only high-five you're going to fucking get all year. High-five. Clap your hands.
Kick their ass every
clap
year.
your hands, pussy.
Except this year.
Y'all suck.
We kicked their ass every year except this year.
I'm going to
Except
take
we're
this
awful,
drink.
yeah.
This one goes out to the Dallas Cowboys.
But y'all want to celebrate beating the Bears. Wow.
Hey, we celebrated last year when we whipped the Cowboys' ass in AT&T Stadium. It was a celebration, bitches. Celebration.
Yeah.
Go home.
Y'all did.
Hey,
y'all got y'all's quarterback backing out on y'all. Y'all got y'all's fans backing out on y'all. Mike McCarthy, he don't even care anymore. He's on a 1-year contract. Jerry Jones is answering questions about the fucking sun at the stadium. Like, there's too much shit going on there in Dallas.
Dude.
You know what's crazy? Let me tell you a cool stat, Dustin. Let me tell you a cool stat real quick. Jake Paul has more wins at AT&T Stadium than the Dallas Cowboys do this year.
He beat an old man just like y'all beat the Bears. Pretty crappy win.
The Bears are old men, huh? Hey, it don't matter.
He beat a 58-year-old man. Whoop-de-doo. Y'all beat the Bears.
Well, I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But
woo, the Bears! Oh my god,
the Bears who got a really good roster.
Everybody
on the show has said the Bears got a great roster. Everybody has said it. Rookie quarterback, I understand
but they have a bad.
That don't mean shit.
I agree, but they have a bad team.
We have a picture of a current Bear on our wall back there.
So would you say, Scott, that the Bears are like the new Chargers with bad coaching but a good team? Is that a good comparison?
Somewhat. I would even say they're worse. They're like
You're gonna do
really
that to
bad.
Keenan Allen, man. You're gonna do that to your boy Keenan Allen.
Yeah. Well, I think it's good. Well, I think it's all of them, but the coaching is pretty bad. But Caleb Williams is not doing good. Like, I think if you put Drake May on that team, they're freaking contending for the top.
What about Jaden Daniels?
Yeah.
What if you put Tua on the Bears?
He'd be hurt.
Yeah. It's too physical.
Mm-hmm.
It's too physical a conference.
Okay, we're talking way too much about the Bears here. All right. What do you guys got? Tell me how y'all's weekend went. How did the college football stuff go? Dustin, start us with the college football.
All right. You want to talk high school or no?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, whatever you want to do first. College, high school, don't matter.
In his Cowboys fucking shirt.
And his Texas hat.
Hey. That's right, we won. We look like dog shit, but we won. Now, some of the teams still left. You got the smallest divisions. You have Fall City still kicking. They're still alive. Shiner, Bimble still kicking in the playoffs. Who else?
Refugio won.
Refugio. Yeah, Ganado, Refugio. Almost everybody. Weimer beat the crap out of who they play? Santa Maria. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell
They
yeah.
beat the crap out of them. So almost everybody. Oh, the only one that lost that we really kind of been like associated was Three Rivers. They lost to Schulenburg.
Yeah, that was about how we expected it, right?
Yeah, it was a close game though. I think it was like
42-21.
Right? I thought it was a little closer than that, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, when I was checking it out at the fight, it was 42-21. But Three Rivers hadn't been tested all year until they played Refugio, and I mean, it ended how everybody assumed it was going to end. But biggest game of the season that we all had a little bit of ties to, Georgia West, Stockdale in Pleasanton, Texas. You were at that game, weren't you, Dustin? Tell us how it went.
Yeah, it was a hell of a game, man. By the way, that was 42-28 was the final score that Schulenburg TR. But anyway, no, it was a hell of a game, man. It started off. There's a lot of little momentum swings throughout the game. Stockdale kicked off. George West drives down the field. They forced some turnover on downs. I think they turned it over like on the I want to say it was George West's like 40-yard line. No, sorry, Stockdale's 40-yard line. So Stockdale gets the ball back, doesn't do anything with it. They end up punting. It turns into a punt fest for a little while. And then eventually George West puts another drive together. They're on the 1-yard line. Going into the 1-yard line, the guy fumbles it in the end zone, and Stockdale recovers it for a touchback.
Oof.
They get the ball back, drive down the field. Stockdale kicks a field goal to make it 3-0 with about a minute 10 maybe left in the second quarter. And George West gets the ball back, hits a bunch of big passes quick, like boom, 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 right before half. Yeah, all the scoring was like right before half.
Mm-hmm.
And so they hit it. They hit a post for a touchdown, make it 7-3. And then Stockdale gets the ball back with, like, I'm not joking, like 40 seconds. They hand it off, get like 12 yards, and they hurry up to the line of scrimmage, run empty, and they hit the tight end on a seam over the middle for like a 65-yard touchdown right before half. It was like, so it made halftime score Stockdale 10-7. And then third quarter, Stockdale got the ball. They ended up going 3-and-out, punt. George West gets it, scores, takes the lead. Let me think. That made it 14-10. Yeah, I think that was 14-10. Yeah, because the final score is 21-10. Yeah. So anyway, Stockdale ends up taking the lead, going up 17-14, and George West is driving with about 7 minutes left. They ended up throwing a pick. Stockdale picks it off. They get the ball on like on George West like 45-yard line. So if they get like 3 or 4 first downs, they might be able to milk the clock and end the game. Well, they get 1 first down, and then they end up doing like a quick punt from like George West's 45. George West gets it back with about 5 minutes left. They score. They actually ran a double like reverse flea flicker and chunked it for like 50 or 60 yards. Yeah, and the only reason the kid didn't score, he cramped up, or I don't know if he got hurt or cramped up. He fell down like the 10-yard line. But George West scored pretty quickly after that to make it 21-17. That was about 4 minutes left in the game, and Stockdale gets it back. They get a first down, and then they throw a screen pass to the running back. Dude, he breaks it for like 60 or 70. All the way down to the George West like 15-yard line. They call it back for illegal blocking downfield.
What? On a screen
pass?
pass?
Explanation was. Yes, that's what the ref's explanation was.
So he was blocking before the pass got caught. Then is what happened?
But you can do that on the screen because it's caught behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, it was. They got hosed on that call, and that made it 2nd and 25, and they just never got out of that hole.
So it was pretty much. It was back and forth.
It was over after that. Yeah, it was back and forth the whole game, man. It was a hell of a game.
Damn, man.
I mean, I'll say this: the George West crowd was really good.
Really?
The crowd was loud. The cheerleaders had
Damn.
They put like a speaker on the sideline. There was all this music blasting in between the plays, like it was getting the crowd going. It was good. It was a good atmosphere.
Dustin, did you hear this? Did they play this song?
Can't hear anything. Oh, he's playing the fight song, the Wisconsin fight song. Yeah, your mic's blocking it out. I guess it's not playing. No. So is Stockdale? Were they kind of dwelling on that call, kind of at the end, or no?
I don't think they were.
You were in the locker room afterwards, right?
No, I was in the locker room at halftime and before the game.
Oh, okay.
After the game, I just kind of said bye to everybody and left. I was ready to get on the road. I was on the Stockdale sidelines the whole game, watching it from there. Anyway, it was like I said, it was a hell of a game. It was a lot of fun, and I think George West, like kind of like we said going into that, they just have a little bit more talent to Stockdale right now. I think that was just like the little nudge that got him over the top. That Davian Zuniga kid is a pretty damn good player. Number 5. Number 7, Tristan Blevins had a good game. The quarterback was on the money every time. The receivers dropped some balls early in the game.
Any relation to Kenneth Blevins?
No.
I don't know. I wondered that.
No, it's a different Blevins.
Remember, there's like 8 of them, so you never know.
Yeah, no, this is the Blevins is it's a different Blevins. Did you was there any small part of you that was kind of sad you weren't on the George West sideline though, on the winning side? That you chose the loser side?
Yeah, it is what it is. No big deal.
Hey, dude.
I got called a traitor. I got called a traitor several
You
times.
are a freaking traitor.
Yeah,
I got
that
called all
was.
kinds of shit.
Hey, man.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go support George West this week. I'm gonna go watch him in Hallettsville.
Who
Don't
are they
even
playing?
go. Don't even show up.
Don't
What?
even
You're
put
not
that.
invited.
That's bad luck on us,
Yes,
man. You
dude.
can't be doing that.
Yeah, I can.
You so who
Why
they
don't you go
playing?
to the Why don't you go to the Stockdale game next week?
You're funny.
Volleyball game.
Yeah,
Yeah?
no.
We don't watch you around here, Joe Dirt.
They play Lexington in Hallettsville.
Oh, so it's gonna be pretty tough game for George Weston.
Yep.
They're normally pretty talented. I mean, but I haven't seen Lexington play, but I kind of want to look up some clips on them. I'm just kind of curious to find some clips on Huddle or something. But
Okay.
Hold the Lexington coach right now.
what?
Hold the Lexington coach right now. See if he answers.
I don't have his number.
Yeah. So what do you think's the biggest and probably maybe the best game coming up on Friday? Between like I guess kind of the guys that have come on our show.
Let's see here. Weimer and Mason actually might be a really good game.
Okay.
I could see that being a pretty damn good game, actually.
It's
That's
crazy, dude,
in
that
Georgetown.
it's
on
crazy
Friday.
that Weimer won that game so big. Like the Weimer team we saw against Ganado. I mean, I guess Ganado is just that good, but I mean, I was just really disappointed in Weimer. Like, and I can't see them. I mean, I'm not dogging them or anything, but I just can't see them winning a playoff game by that many points. But I mean, that just speaks, I guess, on Ganado how good they are. So,
Ganado's legit.
yeah, Sinton beat the 0-9 team that we were talking about. I saw that. How did Rockport do? Did we see anything on that?
Rockport won 49 to like 17, I think.
Okay,
They kicked the crap out of Kingsville.
all right.
Yeah, they beat the crap out of them.
And who is
Try to
Ganado
look
playing?
here. Ganado plays Crawford, who's 3-7.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
3-8.
Adding the 4th team to the playoffs like that. It's like I don't know. A lot of teams are going to get free passes to basically the 3rd round, huh?
Well, Crawford must have beat a nobody in the first round. I mean, like they probably had a tough district and beat somebody that was not worth a damn in the first round. Is what probably happened.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm trying to think who else. Is there anybody else that you've had on or
Navarro? How did Navarro win that game?
Oh, Navarro won. Yeah, Navarro won. They beat Carrizo Springs.
Oh my gosh.
Get it out of him.
Okay.
Yeah, they're playing. Oh, okay. So Rockport's playing Wimberley this Thursday at 7:00
Oh, shit.
Oh,
at TM.
Rockport is.
Yes,
Oh wow.
That's going to be it.
Yeah.
Navarro.
Wembley's just as good as they were
wow.
last year, from what I understand.
Wimberley's pretty good.
Yeah, Wimberley's good.
What's it going to be at?
Okay, so if Wembley,
Thursday.
so Wembley will play Sinton in the 3rd round if they beat Rockport if Sinton wins too, right?
No, Sin will play. Sin plays the winner of Port Isabel and Lago Vista.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it'll be a 4th round meeting then.
Yeah, Navarro is playing Cuero.
We got to figure out a way to go to that. We got to figure out a way to go to that game.
I'm not gonna do that game. Navarro's got Cuero next week or this week, Friday at Floresville at 7:30.
Okay, so
I can do that.
what game should we go to this weekend if we could?
I want to go to the George West game personally, but
Okay.
I mean,
Well, you kind of owe them that, I guess you could say, in a way. Right?
I guess I went up to Bennett after the game, shook his hand, told him hell of a game. He gave me a hug.
Yeah, I told him we were gonna go, but that was because I forgot about the whole that I went to the fight. So,
Yeah.
but hey, they won, so it don't matter. They didn't need us there. Did he give you any shit for not going on his sideline or what?
No, he was cool.
Yeah.
He was cool about it. Yeah, I shook his hand. I was like, "Hey, coach, hell of a game." And he was like, "Hey, thanks, man."
That's
What were you wearing?
I was wearing a Stockdale cap.
Oh,
my God.
you could have wore like a George West hat and a Stockdale shirt, to kind of
Oh my gosh!
Set the two
Listen
off.
to this guy.
Listen to this
The
guy.
Stockdale cap. Oh
Okay.
my god!
Well, we'll figure out what high school games we can make it to. I'm scheduled to
Boo,
work
baby.
scheduled to work nights this weekend, but I'm gonna see which ones I can make it to. Maybe call in. I'll try to get the night off. We'll try to figure it out. As far as college football though, let's talk about the bets that you put in. Austin said you got a story to tell.
Well, Austin should probably tell it. I don't fully remember this. I kind of remember this, so I don't fully remember it. Austin can probably tell it better than I can. What happened, Austin? I'm trying to remember with that. But what happened with it? I'm trying to remember what happened with the story.
South Carolina, you bet. Was it the under or some shit or them?
I bet him to cover.
Your lock of the century.
Yeah,
Lock
lock
of
of
the
the
year.
year. Lock of the year. I saw that message.
Dang, Jamar Chase.
And this guy comes up to us and asks us like, "Hey, like, what are y'all betting?" And we're like, "Hey, I don't know this guy at all, but he's saying, hey, he actually bets." I was like, "Dude, never knew that." Random people never come up to you and say that they're betting. Dustin was like, "Dude, I'm taking who are they playing? Fucking
South Carolina was playing Missouri at the time.
Missouri. You hate freaking South Carolina. Take them to freaking win." Like, "You're doing that." He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." He takes him. He's like, "You're doing it just to spite," because he's an A&M fan.
Oh, that's right. He was an A&M fan.
He was an A&M fan. He's like, "Oh, you're doing it just to spite me." Not freaking 20 seconds later, fucking South Carolina scores to freaking cover. We're like, "Oh shit, dude!" We started laughing.
Well, they didn't cover the full game spread. They covered
exactly, but
yeah,
at that time, it was
Okay, so
hilarious.
y'all told him to take the live spread then. Okay.
Yes,
I didn't, but yeah, I was pissed. I was like, "Fuck South Carolina."
Yeah.
and dude, not 20 seconds later, they freaking scored. We're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Yeah. You should have said, "Yeah, we're professionals, motherfucker."
I did say, "Hey, Dustin has his own show." Freaking, hey, you got his number in your phone somewhere.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Guess what his name is though? It's a freaking funny name.
Oh, that's right. Tanner McNamara.
McNamara.
It wasn't the Tanner McNamara?
No, it wasn't. It was crazy. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, crazy. That's kind of
Yeah.
that is kind of crazy.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
But no, college football got like I don't know, it got a little shook up this weekend, right? With
Yeah.
what's it called?
BYU.
With BYU losing. Colorado ends up winning, so now they're top of the Big 12. Where does Colorado move to now? Like where are they going to be in the top 12 with that win?
Well, they this AP has them at 16th. That really doesn't matter because the bottom line is they're gonna have to win the Big 12 championship.
Well, I bet BYU because BYU was ranked number 8, I believe, right?
Yeah, they were, but that's
Yeah.
only their first loss. So.
Yeah, no, they're
They
gonna.
were
I
six.
think they're
They
gonna
were
fall.
six.
Yeah, I think they're gonna fall hard. I think they're gonna fall like 10, 11 spots. Because
yeah, but-
they're BYU.
Yeah.
And I
Correct.
think Colorado's probably going to go up to like 11 or 12. I bet you they jumped that many spots just because they're the head of the Big 12 now. So, and if
Well, they're technically tied with BYU.
yeah, well, if it continues how it is, like say everybody wins out, they're going to play for the Big 12 championship, right?
Yeah, but BYU plays Arizona State this weekend, who has 2 conference losses. They would have the head-to-head tiebreaker on them, and Arizona State would go.
Okay.
Yeah,
But they should
gotta
beat
go on the
Arizona
road
State,
to play.
right?
I don't know, man. Arizona State. I mean, they're kind of rolling right now.
Texas State.
They
Yeah.
beat somebody pretty decent this weekend. Who'd they beat? Arizona State beat Kansas State on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arizona
And,
State's good.
And
Beat all the states.
they get BYU at home this
Okay.
weekend.
And
If they
They're
win,
gonna win.
that's their ticket to the Big 12 title.
Yeah, Arizona State, I think like one of their bigger they beat Utah. I know that, but Utah isn't shit. Have they beat anybody
Yeah.
kind of at the top of the Big 12?
They beat HPV.
Kansas State this past weekend.
HPV,
What the hell are you talking about?
human papillomavirus.
No, that Kansas State's really their biggest win. That was it.
They might have beat it. I don't know yet.
Okay, as far as another big kind of an upset, I guess LSU kind of had a chance to make the playoff, but they just got knocked out right there by Florida.
They're toast.
Yeah.
Coach
Florida's-
might be toast too.
Well, Florida's kind of come along toward the end of the year. They've been playing pretty tough. I mean, I know that you were
What are you
saying
talking
that
about? They just got blown out by Texas last week.
it's better than what it had been.
The game was embarrassing.
They were 0-4, and they've gone, I think, 5-1 the past few weeks, right? Or they've gone 4-2. I'm just saying they're playing better than what they were at the beginning of the season. But what I was getting to was, are they going to fire that coach? Is what I was trying to get to.
No, the AD came out and said they're not going to.
They're going to re-sign him for.
So they're going to keep him for longer. They did re-sign him.
No, I don't know about that, but I know they said they're not firing him. Now people do that all the time. They end up firing him, but
well, as soon as the newest hot head coaching candidate comes available, if they got a shot to get him, even if they say that they're not going to fire him, they I mean,
you know who they're going to hire? Jimbo Fisher.
Oh my!
I think Jimbo Fisher's keeping his what 14. How much did he get paid by him? 70-something million.
Yeah.
He took his 70 mil, and I probably took off to Mexico by then. But no, Boise State did win. I don't know who asked that earlier. The Tennessee Georgia game was actually pretty good. Oregon almost dropped the ball this weekend.
Yeah, they did. It squeaked by.
Yeah, playing in Wisconsin, that's a tough place to play. But as far as like the top 12 goes, like, I mean, everything remained the same except the whole BYU thing. And BYU's was ranked number 6. Holy shit! Damn, they were high.
Well, BYU and Tennessee dropped in the AP. They dropped them to number 10.
Okay, so how many more games do we have left? 2.
2 weeks.
2 more weeks
2
left.
weeks.
All right, and you have rivalry week, and then you have the championship week, obviously. So
More time? What was that?
So that's the championship week. Yeah, that'd be the 3rd week. You know, the ones that actually make it, obviously.
Rivalry week.
Yeah, rivalry week.
That's the last week of the season.
Yeah, that could throw a wrench in a lot of shit too. That the whole rivalry games, but next week, what are the bigger games next week?
Ohio State hosts Indiana.
State for Indiana.
That's gonna be a big one.
Baby.
That's a huge one.
Dude, 11.5 points. You got to remember, this Ohio State team played pretty terrible against Nebraska, who Indiana murdered. You know, I mean, I know you can't go off of that. I think that game was in Columbus, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know, yeah, like I said, you can't go off of that, but I mean, 11.5 points, that seems like a lot to me, even though it has, Ohio State does have the home field advantage. Other ones I'm looking at, Penn State at Minnesota. Minnesota's they're no pushover either.
Yeah. Penn State, Minnesota.
Yeah, you have
get in if they lose to Ohio State.
Will they get in?
Loss.
Well, I think their resume looks pretty good, even if they lose. Like, they've beaten some pretty good teams. It's not as good as Penn State's resume would look. I mean, Penn State would probably get in over them if it came down to those two.
So me and Dustin were talking about this weekend. Like, Texas's schedule doesn't look hard. A&M's schedule didn't look hard. Indiana's schedule doesn't look hard.
Yep.
Do they go off a strength schedule? Really?
Yeah, that's the scary thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only thing that might...
All the SEC needs fucking Notre Dame to lose bad.
Yeah, Penn State is like, I guess they're more storied than Indiana is, you know, so if it came down to those two, I'm sure Penn State would get it over them. But they still got to go win and, you know, at Minnesota. So Texas plays Kentucky next week. Colorado plays at Kansas. Kansas, who just beat BYU on the road. I mean, that's a losable game for them there too. But I don't know. Colorado's playing lights out right now, man. They're playing pretty damn good, and like they're I don't know. There's like a different feel to these Colorado games now. It's like everybody's involved with it. Now, did y'all see Warren Sapp going crazy on the sidelines over there?
I did.
Yeah, they showed a bunch of clips. They kept panning the camera to him with his eyes just wide open the whole time, like he was fucking cracked out and shit. But I mean, hey, dude, they're gonna be playing for a championship. So that's the same Warren Sapp that picked up some prostitutes in Arizona and got kicked off the NFL Network.
Yeah.
Dion took a chance on him. Man. Look at him now. So Army Notre Dame. Scott, you think Army can beat Notre Dame?
It's
He's not even
possible.
paying attention.
They got 2 weeks to prepare. As long as they have their quarterback, I think they have a shot.
He's gonna play, isn't he? He played last game.
Daily, yeah. But you never know with college. I think he'll be it'll be a good game.
I feel
They're
like
way better than Navy.
Yeah, I feel like Notre Dame
I'll tell you that
relies
much.
too much on their quarterback running the ball too much. Like that's only gonna get you so far. And if that dude gets hurt, I mean, what does that guy have? That Riley Leonard has like almost 10 rushing touchdowns this year. I mean, he's good, but I mean, you play those better teams. I don't think it works as well as it does against their independent schedule. What?
They're gonna beat them.
Army?
Army's gonna beat them. Army's gonna beat them.
So take Army on the money line, huh?
You heard it here first.
Plus 500. Plus 500. Put your bets in now.
If they can play, if they don't have any turnovers, they'll win the game.
Hey, I've seen stranger things happen, man.
Yeah.
If they don't have any turnovers,
they'll win the game.
Find me a bookie that'll take.
Because Navy moved the ball on Notre Dame easily. They just would fuck it up and fumble or throw. They would just turn the ball over.
Because they weren't at sea, dude. We're playing on land right now. Army's playing on land.
Yeah.
They know how to fucking drive.
And Army's defense is really good.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. How is Army's defense?
Yeah, they're good. I think when they played North Texas last week, North Texas is a super high scoring offense. They only scored 3 points, but that game wasn't even close. Army just shut them down. They couldn't do anything.
Isn't North Texas the second highest ranked offense in the league?
Yeah. They're right behind Texas State.
Texas State, baby.
Oh, shit.
Right there.
Oh,
We're
Scott.
good, dude.
Fucking Bengals are going to start driving. Bengals are driving.
Bowl eligible for the second year.
I know. I'm here talking to y'all instead of watching this game.
No, go ahead and watch the game. We got it from here. But no, that's all we got on college football. I guess that's going to be, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's going to be exciting to see what happens after the whole rivalry week and then the championship week. So,
Dustin, what bowl game are we going to?
I saw a projection. There's for the Texas State bowl games that you're talking about.
Oh yeah, which one?
Yeah, I swear I saw one. It was where was it? What'd they say? Oh, by Gulfport, Mississippi, or whatever, that area, Biloxi, that area. There's some bowl game over there.
Lame.
Which one is that one?
The Mayo Bowl.
Mayo Bowl's in Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's the fifth time he's referenced the Mayo Bowl on the show.
I know. I love
it.
Yeah, he loves Will Levis.
I want to go to the freaking Bojangles.
All right, here we go. I'm pulling it up right now. Let's see. We're going to and I want to go to the damn game. I really do.
That's what I'm saying. Where's it going to be at?
I went last year and it was a blast.
Well,
it was a lot of fun, dude.
All right. Well,
God dang it.
Let's talk before we get into the pro football. Let's talk about the fights this weekend.
Dude, that was crazy.
I guess we'll talk about the Mike Tyson thing. I actually went, but hey, how was the whole Netflix thing? Because I saw all over Twitter while I was there that Netflix really dropped the ball on this thing.
It was a disaster.
Good God, it was horrible.
So from what I heard, like it got like through the first couple rounds, and then it was just real blurry, and then it just completely cut off. Is that kind of what
Depends who you
happened,
were.
or
Depends who where you were.
so what
Because up
happened
to the
with
fight,
y'all?
for my experience, up to the fight, I couldn't watch anything. Like
Nothing.
nothing. It kept on all like
That's crazy.
prelims. Nothing freaking worked. Whenever the fight started, it worked perfectly
Really?
for a little. Yes, for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, the best fight of the night was the fight right before the Jake Paul fight, the two girls fighting.
Yeah, didn't watch it.
Yeah, it was the rematch between Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. And Katie Taylor, she's from Ireland. And she was like a massive underdog, dude. And basically, Amanda Serrano got robbed, is what I'll say. She landed like 120 more punches than Katie Taylor did. Katie Taylor got a point taken away also for headbutting, and she still won the fight. So I don't know. I don't know how that worked out there. It kind of got me a little excited though, because I was like, you know what? Maybe if these judges are a little, maybe a little show a little favoritism, maybe Mike Tyson will pull the whole one out. But that wasn't the case there. The fight before that, I think, was the fight of the night. There was a kid from San Antonio that actually drew. He was a big favorite, but it was a draw against him and this other dude. But I don't. The other guy's name was Ramos, I believe. But those two fights were great. It's kind of shitty. Y'all didn't get to watch those, but as as far as the Mike Tyson fight went, man, Scott's nephews were fighting with each other. Those fights were better than the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight was. Stevie and Braylon were I don't know. Every time you looked at them, dude, they were wrestling with each other, and yeah, that was a little more competitive than what the fight was. Mike Tyson came out the first two rounds and just gassed out. Somebody was saying, I don't know if y'all saw it, but was he biting his gloves while he had him up on against his chin?
Yes, he was.
Somebody was. I didn't know if they were just trolling him or not, but they were saying he was biting on his gloves while he was mid fight. What is that, like some kind of tactic or something? Yeah, I
Said
don't
he's
know.
always done that.
Yeah, no, he
Said he's
even after the fight, like they asked Jake Paul, like, did you kind of let up on it, or did you kind of basically carry him, and he was like, yeah. So I don't know. It was cool that we got to see Mike Tyson's probably last fight. Hopefully it's his last fight, because that was bad. And did y'all see? Y'all just saw when the fight started, right? Supposedly, who was telling me? One of y'all was saying about the whole Mike Tyson showing his ass cheeks or some shit. Who was that that said that?
Oh yeah,
That was Dustin.
It showed that?
yeah. On Netflix, apparently it did. I didn't watch it on Netflix because I couldn't get it to work, so I pulled it up on X. But I didn't see when that happened. But I saw all the posts, people talking about it immediately afterwards. He was like in his jock strap or something, and the camera like went back to him, and he freaking his ass cheeks were just out.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
The coolest part about the fight though was, like, I don't know, Mike Tyson's entrance and the lead up to it. He had like slapped Jake Paul. That was probably the cleanest hit he got on him. The whole fight was when he slapped him during the face off. But he landed, I don't know, one or two good ones in the first two rounds, and then from rounds 3 through 8, I think it said that he had landed a total of like 11 punches for the rest of the fight.
So he got paid $1.2 million per punch that he landed.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but it was a snooze fest, man. You were hoping like he'd come alive, or maybe he was saving himself. But I mean, the dude's almost 60 years old. Yeah, in a way, I bet a lot of people were hoping that he would have knocked him out. But I mean, you got to be realistic on things like that. But dude, Jake Paul was huge for this fight. Like, and it didn't even look like he trained. Like, I honestly think he just was doing it for the whole money grab too. But hey, it was a cool experience. But before the fight, the coolest thing happened. We got to meet old Cowboy Cerrone, Donald Cerrone. There was some country singer with them. I'm gonna send y'all a picture and y'all tell me who he was, because that's who Scott's brother said that he recognized, but I didn't recognize him. But like, cool dude, he shook our hand and everything. But your brother got a picture with him, Scott.
Yeah, I saw it. He posted it.
Yeah, he like after I shook his hand, I told him, I was like, yeah, Cerrone's right over there, and your brother chased him into like a restaurant through like 4 or 5 doors just to get the damn picture of him. So
That's
I don't know, dude.
hilarious.
When y'all see like famous
Nah.
people like that, is that like the first thing y'all do? Do y'all want to take pictures with them?
I can
I
honestly
don't think
say
I've ever met a famous
that
person.
exactly. I've never met a famous person.
Well, I mean, I don't.
I
I,
have.
I like it's cool seeing famous people, but like
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know,
Dustin's
dude.
got a picture with mattress Mac, and Dustin
Yeah.
have a picture.
I
That's
don't
right.
think I'm like, I don't think I'd go as far as saying like, hey, dude, let me put my arm around you, take a picture with you. Like, I don't know, that would kind of, I feel like that would irritate them. How many times have they done that? Like, it's different when like girls do it or young kids do it or whatever. But two grown ass men like going up to him, can I have a picture? He reached his
Let
hand
me
out to
put my
me and
arm
shook my
around you,
hand.
bro.
Yeah, he reached his arm out to me and shook my hand, so that was good enough for me after that. But yeah, your brother fucking beelined it to him, man. And yeah, dude, he still looks like he can still fight. He still like he can still fight. He's in pretty good shape still. So
He's on TRT, that's why.
yeah,
He didn't ask you like, "Oh, you're James from Fader Follow."
no, no,
Yeah.
I
sadly
want your
no.
picture.
Yeah, that's why he reached his hand out to me and shook my hand. But yeah, I've never
He
been like
said,
that.
"Hey, are you James Sholany? I heard you took your 10-year-old girls team to the third round.
Yeah,
I heard y'all got third place in the last
fourth,
tournament. When there were
fourth.
only 3 teams.
No, he
3
didn't.
out of 3.
Sadly, no, he didn't do that.
Damn. So we're not that big.
Damn.
No, it was a cool experience though, man. It was pretty fun. Me and Devin tried to sneak down to like the floor level, but they caught us like quick, like fucking quick, and we're like, oh, y'all gotta have a wristband. And I was like, dude, I just bought them like just now, just to try to get down here, and I don't care, get out of here. So that didn't work out too well.
Not in Jared's dude. He wants
Oh.
his money.
Yeah, but no, there was we saw the Hawk Tua girl. She was there.
Shut up.
Yeah, she was there.
You
She
should have
was,
led with that.
huh?
You should have led with that. Why didn't you tell us that?
Because she was just there. Like they showed her on the screen. That's all it showed. Charlize Theron was there. The Cobra Kai dudes were there. Fucking, the Cobra Kai dudes, Billy Zabka and Ralph Macchio. They were there. Gronk was there. I think Micah Parsons was there too. Yeah, it did show Micah Parsons. So
That's pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool thing. But hopefully, I don't know what Jake Paul's gonna do next. I feel like the last fight he actually fought a real boxer, but nobody even heard any lead up to it or anything because it wasn't anybody famous. And I think that's kind of why he went for Mike Tyson this time, just so he could make more money off of it and it'd be kind of a bigger thing. So, but yeah, I don't know what's next.
Didn't he fight Perry last? Who did he fight last?
Yeah, it was Mike Perry, but the one before that was that Andre something. That's the one I'm talking about. The Mike Perry one was kind of big, but it wasn't like I don't think it was big. That stadium was pretty full when that fight was about to start. Like it was pretty packed there. I didn't think that they would be able to sell that place out. I don't think they sold it out either, but it was pretty damn close. Pretty damn close. There's a lot of freaking people there. But I think more people came to see Mike Tyson's last boxing match rather than, the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson whole aspect of it. But I got a pretty cool shirt out of it. Pretty cool. The Mike Tyson punch out graphics. So, yeah.
Did you hear the Jerry Jones interview? Could y'all hear that in the stadium?
No, I didn't hear it. But before we get to that though, Scott, your brother, he spent. I'm not gonna say the amount, but you probably know the amount of money he spent on those tickets, right? Turns out
No, I don't.
the tickets were $3,000 to $4,000 cheaper if you would have bought them the day before. So we actually ended up sitting in different seats than the one that he bought. So he pretty much bought those for no reason, because when we got there were so many empty seats that me and Devin just bought closer seats that were only a few $100 when he spent thousands on the nosebleed tickets that he had for us. So,
My gosh.
poor guy. Yeah. He said that he bought those tickets right after he had heard this fight was being announced. And there was a couple people behind us too that kind of did the same thing. They'd bought tickets for $4,000 or $5,000. And then when they realized it wasn't going to sell out, the tickets got lower like the day before the fight, and they got better seats for $300 to $400 for 4 seats. It's crazy. So, just for future reference, if y'all go to see a football game, big event, some kind of thing, wait until the day before to get your tickets, because they're going to be a lot cheaper. no place ever really sells out. There's always going to be seats available. So just something to take with you there.
That happened to me too. Texas and
Yeah.
Washington in the playoff.
Really, you bought them too soon or what?
Yeah, we bought them too soon. We paid like $660 for those tickets. They were on the second bowl. They weren't bad tickets, but it was like right there behind the goalposts, and we could have got those same tickets for $300 the day of the game.
Yeah, no, that's how it goes. They dropped the prices significantly because it's basically season ticket holders and people that have those seats reserved, and they just want to. If they're not going to the game, they're just trying to make their money back pretty much or sell them for something. But,
yeah, if nobody's bought them by then, yeah, exactly.
But anyway, how'd y'all's weekend go? As far as picks, betting, how did y'all do?
Horrible.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had a bad weekend betting. It was not good.
Scott, did you end up hitting your teaser?
All of it on South Carolina.
No.
Oh, I hit one
Falcons
teaser.
Lost.
I hit one teaser that barely got it by 1.5 points because the Jets only lost by 1 point. I thought they lost by 2. So that was really that. Everything else I did terrible on. Austin, did you make some money this weekend or no?
I had one bet that actually covered my whole weekend.
Oh, nice. Still waiting on that Luke Littler bet, huh?
Bones Jones to finish in the third round.
Oh yeah, that too. Did you watch the UFC fight, Scott?
Oh
yeah,
awesome.
I saw it.
Yeah, the Charles Oliveira Michael Chandler fight was a badass fight, dude. Like Chandler almost finished that guy. Yeah, Chandler almost finished him in the 5th. He dropped him, but yeah, that's a tough bout for Michael Chandler to come in after 3 years to beat that guy who's second in the division. But the John Jones Stipe fight, John Jones is clearly the GOAT, right, Austin? Would you say he's the GOAT?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
3-year layoff, comes back and beats the greatest heavyweight of all time. Is he gonna fight the Tom Aspinall guy, Scott?
No, he said he wants to fight Pereira.
I don't think they're gonna let that happen, though. I don't. They can't let that happen. He's gonna murder.
He's gonna make it. Yeah, I think. To me, that's the better. I mean, that's the more legacy fight.
No, that's the bigger
fight. Because if Pereira beats him, yeah,
that's not gonna happen.
If Pereira beats him, he's the greatest of all time.
That's not gonna happen.
You never know.
No, Dana White even said in the press conference, they were like, "Are you gonna make that fight, Dana?" He was like, "Listen, I like Alex Pereira. I'm not gonna do that to him." Like basically saying, like, I'm not gonna fucking ruin his life by putting him in the ring with John Jones. And John Jones will. It'll take him. I don't think it'll take him more than 30 seconds to kill that dude. Like that guy has no wrestling experience. Dude, come on. You can't be serious. You think he has a chance? You think? I mean, I know there's always a puncher's chance.
You think? Freaking 48-year-old fucking Stipe Miocic, that dude had zero chance, and he made it to the third round.
Yeah, well, you got to think about it, though.
You're telling me you
is a heavyweight.
You don't think the light heavyweight champion?
No.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Stipe has wrestling. Stipe lasted 3 rounds. You think Pereira's going to last 3 rounds?
I know.
Hell no.
I think, yeah.
No. God,
dude,
no.
Oh, come on.
Stipe's got a freaking last spin.
There is no.
I know, I'm watching this.
You can't be serious. I mean, I know you like Pereira. I know you're writing for your guy, but like I know deep down inside that he has maybe at the most a 2% chance of winning that fight.
If Pereira fought Stipe, he would have knocked him out in like the first round, second round.
I don't know. Stipe's a smart fighter.
Let me see. Hold on. Oh my gosh!
Your opinion.
It's close.
Who can't?
His elbow may be down.
Who can't John Jones fucking beat?
Who can't John Jones beat? There's nobody.
Tom Aspinall.
I mean,
that's the most dangerous fight.
Let me tell you something. If the Terminator was a real person, I'd put my money on John Jones.
It's true.
Yeah. Like they always say, you put 5 guys in a room of the baddest motherfuckers ever, and you put John Jones in that room, he's walking out. How would that feel, Dustin? Let me ask you, Dustin, because you're kind of a bad motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Oh God.
How would it feel to you if you know you could just fuck anybody up? Like you were just you just walked around knowing that if anybody fucked with you, you would just beat their ass senseless. Anybody in the world, how would you feel? Would you abuse that?
No, I wouldn't abuse it.
Anyone in the world or anyone in his weight class?
Anyone
I
in the
wouldn't abuse
world.
it.
John Jones can whip anybody in the world's ass. 1-on-1.
Yeah, pretty much. I would say almost anybody. I mean, there's not many people that could whip his ass. No.
I mean, I do get that there's always somebody better on a certain day, but
the only people I could maybe think of, like people on like SEAL Team 6, some people just don't know about that is like the baddest humans on earth that go kill Bin Laden, people like that.
yeah, but you can't take a gun to a fist fight.
I agree, but those people also, you don't think those people can't fight? You know what I mean?
No,
like,
I know they can fight, but they're not technically they're not like technical training like like the UFC.
No, yeah. No, I get that totally.
Can you bring a knife to a fist fight?
No.
Hey.
I mean he'd still win regardless. So
if Dustin had a knife and John Jones had a fist, Dustin's not winning?
no, he would murder Dustin just for having a knife. Yeah.
Wait, I'm not winning? I'm not going to win that fight?
Absolutely not. No. Like, if I was you, I would put that knife down and run as fast as you could.
No, like you know what I would do? I'd throw. My best bet would be to throw it at him.
Would you abuse?
Hope it sticks him in the eye.
Would you abuse that power, Austin? Would you just go around just fucking picking on everybody, knowing that you could just fuck everybody up who stood in your path?
I wouldn't pick on anyone. I'd give everyone 2 chances. Like, hey, fuck with me once, okay? Twice, I'm like, nope. After that, it's stoner bashing time, baby.
I'll tell you what you should do. Instead of fucking him up that second time, you should tell him you got to thumb wrestle me this time. But you fuck with me a third time, then it's a real fight. But yeah, no, he is. Yeah, I don't think anybody. There's nobody in the UFC. Nobody in one championship. There's nobody in the PFL. Nobody. There's nobody that can beat that dude. Now, John Jones and Francis Ngannou. That would be a pretty cool fight. But I mean, we know what happens there. Are you still with us, Scott?
Yeah.
What do you think of that? John Jones and Francis Ngannou. Who wins there?
I think John Jones wins there.
Who puts up a better fight, Ngannou or Pereira?
Pereira.
Mm-hmm.
Ngannou doesn't have any he's just a puncher, dude. He doesn't have any.
Well, Pereira's a kickboxer.
World class kickboxer.
I know. I caught myself there. Yeah.
And you don't think this guy's gonna go more than one round?
I don't think
Jones.
I don't think
Has
John
there
Jones
ever been
he won't take the chance. John Jones won't take the chance.
other than freaking a Bolt getting knocked out? Like, if you move up in weight class, it's always a good fight.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's
John Jones.
And John Jones has never knocked any. He's not a punch you one punch knockout guy.
well, not lately. He hasn't been. He doesn't have to though.
And now 100% he's not. He's more of a pick at shots.
Well, he just knocked out Stipe. What are we talking about?
As a TKO, like from the kick though.
Yeah, he shattered his ribs on that kick. But yeah,
John Jones or Justin Herbert, Scott.
Justin Herbert's about to lose this game.
Yeah. Did you see John Jones shooting the basketball?
No.
Oh my God, he can't be good at everything. He's terrible. Terrible.
Hey, I saw him do the Trump dance afterwards.
Oh yeah, he did.
He did it.
Dude, that place was rocking.
Bro,
they had
Donald Trump during Donald Trump during the Oliveira Chandler fight, he was going crazy during that fight, dude. He was getting into it. They were showing clips of that.
Huh. They have 12 men on the field.
Did you meet him, James?
Yeah.
Huh?
He was at AT&T.
He wasn't. He was at the UFC fight.
Yeah.
Austin's like, we were talking about that the whole time? I thought we were talking about the Tyson fight.
He was sitting front row at the Jake Paul fight. Yeah.
I thought John Jones fought after Mike Tyson and Jake Paul did.
Still pixelated.
Yeah.
I still have it on Netflix.
Okay, we'll move on.
It was a hybrid event. It was a hybrid event.
We'll go through the NFL games real quick, and then we'll get on out of here.
Oh my god, this is gonna be crazy.
Dude,
Big,
this game's getting nuts.
yeah,
I know.
That's why I want to go through this
We're
real
gonna
quick
blow.
so we can see the end.
We're gonna blow it, really?
It'll
Yeah.
be close.
All right, Packers Bears.
The only
Austin,
good thing is we have a protection.
come on with that Packers Bears.
I'm currently building my statue of Carrizo Santos right now. It's gonna sit in my front yard for at least.
Cairo Santos,
No, Carrizo's. I
Carrizos.
don't give a shit what.
Carrizo
I don't
Springs.
care.
Dude,
Guy.
you know what? I read something too that said Rich Bisaccia watched that Kansas City field goal block, and he kind of ran the same play pretty much to get that block.
Shut up.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a clean block like that one was. It barely grazed that dude's hand. It still went a good ways, but I mean that dude just got enough. But the same kind of personnel and like the same blitz that they did. Rich Bisaccia did it also, and that's how they got the block today. But the Packers defensive line played terrible.
Oh my gosh!
Do you think Preston Smith is kind of like missed in that aspect?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
Jeez.
We did play without Jair Alexander,
Christ.
and
What
then
I tell you? Preston Smith was leading sacks on the team.
yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah,
The Packers like they just wanted to get younger or something. I don't know. A 7th round pick, that was pretty iffy for me. But hey, it's a division game. I know you guys don't want to give us any credit for it. I understand that. I know it's just against the Bears and all that. Okay, but let us have our moment. It's hard. Wins are hard to come by in the NFL. All right, wins are hard to come by.
They are unless you're playing the Bears.
Oh God,
Bears have a better record.
he's not going to stop hating. He's not going to stop hating, is he?
I'm not hating. I'm just being honest.
I know you can't let us take our flowers or what? Come on, dude. That was a good win, I think. I think Jordan Love's still a little hurt though. I think he's a little banged up still.
Yeah, I don't know. He looked actually pretty healthy.
No, he did, but he's not. I don't know. He looked to me like, I don't know if maybe he was. I'm not gonna say it was like nagging, but like he looked like he didn't want to mess it up again. So he wasn't moving around in the pocket as well as he normally does. He had some good runs, don't get me wrong, but his pocket awareness, I could see that he was kind of getting out of there a lot faster than what he normally does. But I mean, that could have just been the rush Chicago had on him. So,
That's right too. Like, we're never going to go anywhere.
But yeah,
unless we stop freaking dropping balls.
Yeah, takeaways though. I mean, as far as the takeaways go, the defense needs to shape up. I know we were hurt a little bit, but hey, you make a big play at the end, it makes up for the whole thing. But hey, win's a win.
Numbers don't lie. 7-3, baby.
Dustin, are we gonna see a Doug Peterson firing tomorrow on Black? No, it's not gonna be Black Monday, but on Monday tomorrow. The Jaguars suffered the worst loss in their franchise history and Doug Peterson's history, 52-6 to the Lions. I mean, the Lions are great. Lions are a good team. But this guy's been on thin ice lately. They were playing with a backup quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is still out. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't think the Jaguars are going to get any better. I don't think Peterson.
No,
he needs to get out of there.
I read some article today. They were talking about like the owner had already previously said that going into this bye week, on the bye week, they're going to evaluate Doug Peterson, and now like they have the bye week, coming up, and so I don't think he's going to make it. I think they're going to fire him. I mean, that's one of the kind of the takeaways from this weekend is Doug Peterson is getting fired.
I think it may be a good thing, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't think he wants to be there.
well, for the Jags, I mean, I'm sure Jags fans are just ready to just start over. Like,
okay,
yeah, they need to find a young head coach.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the quarterback too. I think they got to start over at quarterback also. Yeah. I think Trevor Lawrence is part of the problem.
He hasn't played. He didn't play today. I mean, I know he hasn't been great, but I don't think you're. Yeah, I know, but I don't think you. I mean, I don't think you step away from the guy that quick. I think you give him a year or two. Give him a year or two at the most. Change
How many years has this been?
This is his 5th year. This is his 5th year.
He's got that.
Golly.
Everyone else benched.
Still looks this bad?
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I mean, he has looked bad. He's had what, maybe one good year where they made the playoffs, where they beat the Chargers.
Yeah, I remember that year.
Yeah,
that was pretty crazy that year.
But
Why did they start rebuilding this year? Why did they get rid of Ridley? Not
For gambling.
Why did they get rid of the other receivers? They had a good receiving core.
Well,
and they had ETN.
Well, I mean, they just had to pay Trevor Lawrence all that money.
What is wrong with their team?
I don't know.
What are they missing?
ETN, he needs to start somewhere new. Clearly, that guy he's fallen off. Bigsby's pretty much taken over the role as far as their more dominant back. Their defense, it seems like every year they lose a couple more players, like great players on defense, like they go sign somewhere else for more money. So
they traded what's his name, that fucking quarterback.
Yeah, their number 1 pick, Trayvon. What was his name? Trayvon
Walker.
Yeah, Trayvon. Well, he's okay. He's not great. He's not better than Aiden Hutchinson, and he was picked over Aiden Hutchinson. So, but I don't know.
Jalen Ramsey, like they're trying to rebuild at separate times, separate years.
Yeah, but that's
a bunch of pieces and.
It's a dysfunctional franchise that, like Scott has said it before, that's where careers go to die in Jacksonville. Like it never really works out for anybody there. They had that one good year. I mean, they made it to the AFC Championship game. They probably should have won, yeah. But I mean, since then, nothing. So, the Jets lost again today. The Colts sending their record to a 3-8. Is it time to sit down Aaron Rodgers? Is it time?
Sit down.
Talk about restart.
Yeah.
Send him to the Cowboys.
Reset button.
I sent Dustin. Did you ever read that article I sent?
I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, there's an article I sent you. I'll send it in the group message, but y'all read that article. It's pretty painful to read. It was pretty crazy. That article's a damn good article. It's basically about how all the players there, they're not hating on him, but they're saying nothing's ever good enough for the guy, pretty much is what the article is about. And how he's not trying to change his ways. He's basically trying to take what he had in Green Bay and move it to New York. And the game has evolved into a different game now than what it was while he was in Green Bay. So the shit that he's doing, I mean, clearly it's not working, but he won't. It's almost as if he's acting hard-headed and, basically finger pointing, saying that nothing's his fault. But I don't know. You just got to read the article. It's a very sort of condescending article, but at the same time, there's just enough sympathy for the guy to where you don't it doesn't make you hate the guy. You kind of feel sorry for him and hate him at the same time. You know what I mean? You just got to read it. It's a good article. But they lost to the Colts. The Colts scored in the last minute. I didn't watch much of that game. From what I saw, though, they were finally giving the ball to Breece Hall, getting him the touches that he deserved, and he did great. Rodgers, all the way, I think, until the fourth quarter, I think the Jets were 1-8 on third downs. I don't know what. I think they started to kind of step it up in the fourth quarter, but I think that team's given up. I don't know what's going to happen next year. Some are saying he's going to stay. If management changes with the team, some are saying he's going to go. I mean, but how many times are the Jets going to start over? As far as rebuilding goes.
You might as well if you're the Jets. You suck, so you might as well. You're the Jets.
Okay, so let's say they do start rebuilding. Where are they going to send? Where does Aaron Rodgers go?
Exactly what
retirement.
No, he's not going to go to the Vikings. I don't think the Vikings will take him.
Exactly.
The Vikings aren't going to take the guy.
Yeah, why would you take him? You just drafted a quarterback last year.
Yeah, I don't know of anybody that will. I think that the Cowboys could. The Cowboys could possibly reach out to him, but I don't know.
It'd be the same thing as the Jets. We'd still be 3-8, or where the hell they are now. There's not a team around them.
Yeah, I think if they were to release him, he would remain on the couch until he's needed. You know what I mean? Let's say Geno Smith gets hurt in Seattle, right? Maybe they call him to come. If they have a decent record, or if Dak gets hurt again next year, or if Patrick Mahomes, or I don't know.
Yeah,
But he's built a reputation of somebody that's not very likable, from what I understand. So, I mean, some teams don't want that. But it ain't a show unless we talk about Aaron Rodgers. The other great game of the day was the Ravens and Steelers. Ravens and Steelers AFC North battle. I saw a stat that said that those last 20 of the last 22 games have been decided by one score between the Ravens and the Steelers. Dustin, what do you got to say for yourself? I mean, you were saying last week the Steelers can't beat nobody.
I'll say this. I was wrong about the Steelers. I'll admit when I'm wrong.
Okay.
And I was wrong about the Steelers. They got a good defense. They got a good team. I will say they lucked out that Justin Tucker missed those kicks.
Yeah.
Because he makes one of them.
That's game.
If he makes one of them, the Ravens win the game. But I think the Steelers they're more for real than I thought. They really are. They're not bad. They're pretty good, actually.
Yeah. I don't see them beating the Bills or the Chiefs, or if the Ravens have home field advantage, I don't see them going into Baltimore and beating them. But other than that, I mean, I think they can beat anybody. They can play with anybody. I
think that's the biggest thing, that they can keep it close. I think enough to where it could get interesting if the other team's having an off day or if they're just playing lights out. I think their defense is good enough, and they do just enough on offense.
Yeah, Scott was kind of right about Russell Wilson too. Like he's playing pretty good. I mean, y'all got to admit he's playing pretty good.
Scott left, I guess, right? I'm looking for him on here. I guess he left.
Yeah.
You know who I would put in that same category?
Who what?
Who I would put in the same category? The Broncos.
Yeah, the Broncos are getting sneaky.
Yes.
Not as good as the Steelers, but they're getting sneaky good.
But they could play the freaking Chiefs very well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who you need to look at.
If you were to build a team,
there's a team that,
like, real quick, if you were to build a team, Austin, like, say, I don't know, say you became GM, right? And you were to build a team, and this year goes by, and you had the choice of a quarterback between Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix, who would you pick? There's no wrong answer here.
Bo Nix, probably.
I would too. I would take Bo Nix also. I think he's only going to get better. I mean, he hasn't been great, but history has shown that running quarterback kind of phases out. You know what I mean?
Actually, no. Cancel that. Give me Drake May.
Well, no, I only gave you two choices. I knew you were going to say Drake May if I said Drake May, so that's why I only gave you the two choices. But I would take me too. I would take Bo Nix over Jaden Daniels. Because he can run.
Jaden Daniels gets a rap for running, but he can throw it, man. Jaden Daniels can really throw the ball.
Yeah.
The Nix was 28 for 33 for 307 and 4 touchdowns. No interceptions today.
Yeah, against
he was pretty damn good.
And as far as the Falcons go, the Falcons are hit or miss like every week. Like you don't know if they're going to be good or bad. Like they can go and beat probably. I mean, they could probably play with the Lions some week. Like, make it a good game. I'm not saying they beat them, but they can play with them. But then again, they'll go play fucking Tampa Bay, who's all beat up, or Carolina, and drop the ball there. You know what I mean?
Or play the Saints.
Yeah,
play the Saints like last week and lose.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah, but the Saints are 2-0 since firing Dennis Allen. So hey, but no, back to the Ravens Steelers thing. Is this kind of reminded me of kind of the Packers and Bears game today? Like it could have easily been a Bears victory over the Packers today, and I wouldn't have really flinched about it. I wouldn't have worried about it because every division game is tough, I think. So
it's a freaking rivalry game right there. So
yeah. As far as any other games, the main upset. What's up?
To be honest, I was really freaking upset until he missed that fucking kick.
Yeah. No, yeah. Like I was telling y'all, like I'm not worried about it, but I was very worried about it. Big upset today was the Seahawks beat the 49ers in Santa Clara today.
Another rivalry game.
Bro, I'm seriously thinking about benching Debo Samuel. Like this guy, he's not showing up in fantasy this year. He's not. Like, and nobody wants him. I've been trying to trade. Nobody wants the guy. Jawan Jennings is outplaying the guy this year so far. I mean, he's turning to their number one receiver, and I wouldn't be surprised if they released the guy this year because they got Ricky Pearsall now. So he just hasn't. I don't know. He just hadn't showed up. So what did y'all do? What?
I watched a lot of that game. The Seahawks, they are a lot,
pick
are a lot like the Falcons, and the way you say that, like, but man, I want to do a few takeaways when we get done. Just some thoughts about this week's action. But, I mean, the Seahawks, I think the 49ers aren't as good as they've been. I think this just are what they are. They're now 5-5. Like, and so are the Seahawks. They're 5-5.
Yeah, you made a good point
I don't
there.
think the 49ers, like,
yeah, I thought you made a good point there.
49ers were what they were. What?
The Seahawks are kind of like the Falcons. Like they'll be shitty one week and be good the next week. But the 49ers, as far as they go, it doesn't matter. It's kind of like the Packers always beating the Cowboys. The 49ers will always beat the Packers. So regardless of how good or bad they are. No, but the 49ers
I don't think they will this year.
Well, they're getting back on their feet kind of because McCaffrey's been out. So it's only a second game back. I mean, I think they'll start doing better. That's also a division game. That's also a division game. I mean, I think it's worse.
Now they've lost two of them. They lost to the Cardinals and they lost to the Seahawks.
I think that if the Bears beat the Packers today and the Seahawks beat the 49ers, I think the bigger deal would be the Seahawks beating the 49ers. I mean,
the Bears beating the Packers would be a bigger deal. The Bears have just been seen as trash for so long.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's just me being biased.
The Seahawks were in the playoffs last year. Seahawks were in the playoffs.
Okay, last game, last big one anyone cared about. Josh Allen, he took the Bills minus 2.5 today because he fucking put the game on ice there kind of at the end. That was a pretty badass run, y'all got to admit. That was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet how he did it. They won without Kincaid. From what I understand, I think Khalil Shakir got hurt on that last drive too, which that's going to be a hit to my fantasy team there. But I didn't really get to watch that game. Did y'all check? Were y'all watching that game?
Yeah.
So
I watched a decent amount of it.
Well, break it down. What was the main thing there? Somebody.
It's funny. Early on, the Chiefs, they really tried to get Worthy involved. They gave him a bunch of targets that first drive. You could tell like they were trying to do something to like get him going and like get the offense sparked. And it actually worked. They moved the ball.
He stepped out of bounds.
Oh yeah, that one was bad, dude. He should have caught. He should have caught that ball easily.
He caught it, but he dragged one foot.
Yeah, man, like that. He's got to know where the sideline is. That should have been an easy catch for him. But yeah, he kind of got going early on in the game and then got a little quiet later. But man, I just think the Bills at home in Buffalo, it's tough, man. Like it's tough to go beat the Bills over there, and they're 8-2. That's that game every year. Like that's, they beat them in the regular season. They put that stat up how the Bills beat them in the regular season and never beat them in the playoffs.
I wanted to take the Bills so bad, but I couldn't bet against Patrick Mahomes because if we would have put money on the Bills, they would have lost. Like that's just how it would have been. Yeah,
you're very right about that.
So,
you're right.
Sure, me and Dustin took the Bills to win.
Yeah, no, I took the Chiefs there. But yeah, no, that puts the Bills. The Bills are 8-2. Chiefs are 9-1, so they still got the home field advantage there. From what I've seen from the Chiefs this year, like I actually think that I think the Bills could possibly beat them in the playoffs this year. I know that never happens. I know sometimes weren't they favored last year or a couple years ago to beat them?
Yeah, they're 0-3 right now.
Yeah,
we were in Cabo.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, we were in Cabo when the Bengals and Bills played, and the Bengals beat them.
I think the Bills could beat them. I think the AFC is super like everything's just razor thin as far as like those teams that are like separating. In my opinion, like Buffalo, Kansas City,
I think
Baltimore.
The Broncos could beat any of them.
The Broncos.
Reason.
Well, the Broncos aren't quite that level yet, but they're getting better. Or they're getting kind of scary.
Let me
I
ask
don't
y'all
think Bo
this.
Nix in the playoffs. What's up?
If you took the Buffalo Bills and you put them in the NFC, would they have an easy road to the Super Bowl?
No.
You don't think so? Because
No.
the best team in the NFC right
Lions
now, the Lions and the
are
Eagles.
legit, dude. Yeah, I don't know if they could beat the Lions.
I think they would.
I'm not sure they could.
Well, Josh Allen would be the best quarterback in the NFC if he was in the NFC. If the Bills were in the NFC,
right.
I think they would be the best
But
team.
I think the Lions are a better team, though.
Yeah. Well,
Lions are.
as far as the Eagles had the week off, I believe, right?
No, they played the Commanders on Thursday night.
Oh yeah, Thursday. My bad.
They played the Thursday night game.
What happened?
The Eagles kind of handled them.
What happened, Austin?
Missed the field goal.
Oh, the Bengals missed a field goal?
Yeah, to take the lead.
Damn, dude. I bet that's why
There's
Scott
still
hung
7
up.
minutes.
That's why Scott
There's
hung
still
up
7
because
minutes
he came in hot. He was coming in hot with the Chargers before you got on Austin. He was talking big shit about the Chargers. Herbert's better than Burrow. And look, that's why he hung up. That's exactly why he hung up. We'll get back to it in a minute. But no, I don't have anything else as far as other games went. The other ones were kind of, I don't know, I guess games that really didn't matter. You had Miami beating Oakland. Tyreek Hill finally got that touchdown. Then you had Vikings beating the Titans, and then the Browns and Saints. Taysom Hill went off in that game apparently.
Yeah.
So, as far as news goes, I had a couple things that happened this week I wanted to touch on. There was this story that I saw on the Pat McAfee show about Baker Mayfield's parents apparently wasting millions of his dollars. Did y'all hear about that? Reportedly, Baker Mayfield's parents apparently asked him for, I think, $12 million to put into their family businesses, and he hasn't heard from them or the money since then. Like, basically, they took advantage of him. Look up the video on TikTok. There's a video about it, about Pat talking about it and saying, like, it's shitty that family would do that to you and this and that. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Me and Audrey went to the Spurs game last Monday when Mignano dropped 34 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists when they beat the Kings. And then the next night, the guy dropped 50 points on the Wizards.
50. He dropped 50.
50. Things are looking up in San Antonio for the future. All right.
Right.
CP3 looking good.
Yeah. No, he is looking really good. He's I mean, the guy can shoot from anywhere, dude, and he's getting better. His conditioning is getting a lot better too. He's getting more minutes now. So, enough with that shit about them saying he needed to put some weight on and this and that and bang that. Enough. We'll just keep him the way he is. Keep him the way he is. He starts putting on weight, he's gonna start having feet problems and shit like that. But I tell you, that guy. We were on the second deck, right? Probably the third row on the second deck. It almost seemed like we were eye level to that motherfucker. He's so huge. Like it is crazy. It's crazy how huge that dude is. From as far as we were looking like towards him, just you could clearly see like it's insane how big he looks out there. Well, he looks like an alien. He doesn't look like a real person.
I want to go to a game and I want to stand.
I do too.
Yeah, we'll try to book one. Us four. We'll try to get to a game.
Like eye level, how much taller he is than everyone else.
Yeah, it's insane, so awesome. And he's becoming a good rim protector also. Actually playing pretty good defense. Man. But
I have a question.
What's up, man?
What's that?
How on God's green earth are the Cleveland Cavaliers 15-0?
I don't know. What's going on there.
How have y'all paid attention to that at all? Like
I have been watching that. The Eastern Conference is dog shit, is what I'll tell you on that. I don't know if the majority of the games they have played have been against the Eastern Conference, but the Eastern Conference is really bad. So the 76ers, yeah, the Sixers are bad.
Donovan Mitchell just
they beat the Warriors. They beat the Bucks, Pelicans. Looking at like notable wins.
Yeah.
They play the Celtics Tuesday, so that might be a loss for them.
Oh, yeah.
On the
No, I
road.
just saw that too. Another thing I
I'm
saw
like,
the thing we missed because we didn't have a show. Did y'all see the Texas Tech ball boy get into it with the Sanders brothers?
Yeah, it was Deion Sanders Jr.
Yeah, that was funny, dude.
The,
Oh,
the
that
film
dude
guy,
was that dude
the
was
media
shaking.
guy.
That dude was shaking in his boots. Those two dudes were in his face. Oh, I thought it was
Yep.
funny. I know some people were saying like he shouldn't have done that, this and that, but hey, you don't go and knock the ball out of a player's hand. Like I understand it was a Texas Tech ball boy's ball. That's his job, but you don't. I mean, ask for the ball, bro. Like or get it later. Like I mean, I don't know. A lot of people were saying like we're jumping on Deion Sanders Jr. about that shit. He had no dog in the fight. You know, he's not even playing. He came off the sideline, but I mean, those are his brothers. I mean, so I guess if so facto, if that was my brother, I guess kind of do the same thing. I don't know. And then one thing we missed last week. Did y'all see Debo Samuel punch the long snapper?
Yes.
Oh, dude, that was funny. He bitch slapped him, and then he pushed the kicker too. And then he was like, "No, I had to get onto him. I had to get onto him about that shit." But apparently everything's good. But those dudes, I guess, Moody ended up kicking the game-winning field goal against the Bucks that week. So, I mean, I guess it all worked out. There's just a couple things that we missed last week. And then the whole Jerry Jones thing. What were you saying about the Jerry Jones thing? The interview at the Mike Tyson fight?
He was on Netflix apparently. I saw a clip posted on X. I didn't know if they like y'all could hear the broadcast while y'all were sitting in the stands. Like, were they showing that? Like his interview, like with Michael Irvin up there on the like booth or whatever.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear the
They weren't
interview.
showing that.
Nuh-uh.
So like it was like basically like pre-fight hype stuff, and like they brought Jerry Jones and Michael Irvin on to like on the booth, and they're asking Jerry Jones questions and shit like that. And Michael Irvin gets on and he's like, and I've been talking to Jerry. He's like, my boy Dion, he's coaching over there Colorado, but I've been talking to him about coming to Dallas. He's like, that'll be a conversation for another time, just us two. And Jerry just kind of laughed, like, and Mike McCarthy was in attendance, like
Damn.
at that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was there.
From what I've heard in the news, is that wherever Shador gets drafted, Dion may go to be an assistant coach. Is kind of something that I saw, but I don't know. I don't see him. I don't see him taking like a step down from being a head coach. So, would Dallas trade up? Would Dallas trade up to get him? I mean, they just paid Dak all that money.
Well, they don't have to.
I don't think they're gonna have to trade up anything.
Oh, well, you may be right there. Picks for tomorrow night. Dallas Texans at Cowboys tomorrow night.
Y'all know what I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, what's the spread? Austin, look up the spread.
Texans, hammer it. Texans minus 7.5. Hammer it.
7.5, somewhere in there.
Oh, that's a lot of points, but that is Cooper Rush.
No, it's not. Not when you're playing the Cowboys.
Yeah, what's the over/under?
Texans are freaking.
I bet the over in that game because I think the Texans will hang 40 on us. So we might get a touchdown or two, and then that'll be the ball game.
Yeah, I can see I can see like a 34-12 or something like that.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah. I think the over will hit because it's like at 44 or 43.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'll hit, and I think the Texans will cover easily.
Okay.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
This game has turned into like a really good game, and my phone's about to die.
Exactly, it's pretty good.
Yeah. But we'll end it there unless y'all got something else.
I just had some final thoughts. Go ahead.
Final thoughts. Go ahead.
James, who would you rather date? Justin Herbert or Jordan Love?
What?
Who would you rather date? Like
who would I rather date? Like go on a date with?
Yeah.
Like a non-gay date?
A man date?
Like a hangout?
I guess. I don't know what it's called.
Oh yeah, I'd rather go hang out with Jordan Love, definitely.
Not
Why?
Herbert?
No.
Herbert has stories.
No. That was a weird question, but yeah, no. I would definitely go hang out with Jordan Love.
Okay.
All right, Dustin, what do you got?
Final thoughts, just NFL thoughts, just like from thinking about these games, look at the scores. You know, obviously, Bills and Chiefs, it's razor thin. Like I was saying earlier, like it's going to be really the AFC playoffs is going to be freaking amazing. Like it's going to be super tight games. Like I think the top is there's more teams at the top now. I think than there was last year. Like there was always some like I feel like it was always just Chiefs, Bills, and the Ravens were kind of like outside looking in, but close. But now I feel like there's a lot more teams. Kind of like Austin was saying, like even the Broncos might be able to scare somebody. The Steelers, I'm buying into the Steelers now. I really do think that the Steelers are for real. But I think
you're eating that danger witch, hey? Eating that danger witch.
I think the Chargers are for real, and I think if Cincinnati can somehow get in, that
nobody's going to want to play Cincinnati if they get in. Nobody.
Yeah. The NFC, the picture is starting to shaping up a little bit more now to an extent. I think it's the Lions and then everybody else.
Yeah,
Lions
starting
clear cut.
One thing I wanted to do starting next week was for us to do our week by week predictions on the 1 through 8 seeds. So we'll start that next week.
Yeah.
What were we gonna say, Austin?
Lions and everybody else, and then go ahead.
What to say? Oh, the Eagles.
I don't think the Eagles are even on that level, man. I don't. I think it's really the Lions conference right now.
Listen, I know you were like giving a shit for losing to the Lions, but look how the Lions have been beating teams, and like we could have easily won that game. Like,
but what I've found out though about the Packers is y'all are frauds.
No, they're not frauds. If you make the playoffs, you're not a fraud. If you make the playoffs,
yes, you are. The Cowboys have made the playoffs several times. And we're frauds.
So if you're one of the top, if you're one of the top 5 teams in your conference in the NFC or AFC, you're not a fraud. You're not.
Oh my!
There's a fine line between. Listen. There's a fine line between good teams and great teams, though. And am I saying the Packers are a great team? No. With the field and everything, the Lions are a great team this year. The Packers are just a good team, but. I mean, we lost to the Lions by 10, and we were in the red zone 3 times, couldn't capitalize. We threw a pick 6, like it, different conditions, different weather. That game would have gone a different way, but I mean, you can't make excuses, but give them a little credit. The Lions are destroying everybody.
I agree. I don't fault you for losing to the Lions. I really thought, to be honest, that the Packers were on the Lions level or maybe better going into the year. And I no longer think that.
Okay, well, listen real quick. What do we say about fired head coaches in the next week, right? Okay, usually the team wins, right? Okay, the Bears fired their offensive coordinator last week, got a new coordinator.
Oh, God.
They threw a whole different offense at us today. Nothing we could prepare for. So take that in consideration. No Jair Alexander today either. None.
But I've watched more Packers games than I have ever probably in my life. Just hanging around y'all. And what I know about the Packers, they cannot stop the run. If you can't stop the run, I'm sorry, you can't.
I told you that day 1.
Okay, well,
you can't win playoff games.
We didn't stop the run today. Okay, but it'll shape up.
They haven't stopped the run all year.
Okay, well, we've never had a good defense, and that's what's kept us out of the Super Bowl and all that shit every year because we can never stop the run. But hey,
I'll tell you this right now. What you were saying earlier, you put us in the AFC. We freaking run that shit because all they have is fucking pocket passers.
What?
Besides fucking Lamar. That's it.
No, you're out of your head. You're lucky you're in the NFC.
I was gonna say if we were in the AFC, I think I like our chances of making the playoffs better in the NFC than the AFC. But
really,
yeah, I will say I think the division that's sneaky actually has some good that might make noise in the playoffs. Of those teams like the Seahawks, and the Niners, and the I'm curious, and the Rams even. I think the Rams actually might be good.
Yeah,
they had a bunch of injuries early on, and now they're back to 500. Like that division is very interesting to me. The NFC West.
Stafford shows up, and then sometimes he doesn't, though. But that's the case. But no, that's all I got. My phone's about to die. I kind of want to watch the end of this game, so I need to go charge it. Do y'all want to end it here or what?
I'm good.
You're good, Austin?
Watch the end of the game.
Okay. Well, that's all we got for you guys today. We're gonna watch the end of this game. When we do our next episode, if the Bengals pull this off, we're gonna tease the hell out of Scott because he left this show for a reason. So,
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Definitely right.
we'll see how it goes. But we'll see you guys next time. We will do a picks episode this week, though. I promise you on that one. We've missed the last two, so we got to do one this week. Only a couple more weeks left in college football. The NFL is getting down to, the playoff picture is getting a little clearer. So, but that's all we got for you guys. We're out of here.